guys, I hope you're well. So, who do you think of when you say a department store in the UK, the UK's best? Something for everyone and a great place to find well-known brands, fresh brands, and really enjoy every aspect. So yes, it's Debenhams. So Debenhams obviously is a UK department store, and as I said, it caters for every person under the sun. There are many brands within Debenhams, so obviously they have things like their own line, all the way through to designer products, to different brandings to makeups to skincare. So I was lucky enough to be invited to Debenhams PR's press day, so I'll just quickly show you this. So I was invited along to the press day, and it was showing off in their beauty department. It was on the third floor in a private section of the Oxford Street branch. And within the press room and the area, there was a fantastic cart as you walked in, and it looked like a summer beach hut, and it was full of sweeties and lots of drinky poos and all sorts of fabulousness. And everything was sort of in these gorgeous colours here. So it was like almost like a jet chair type. That was one of the napkins. So you could help yourself to some sweets and drinks and some gorgeousness there. So while in the room itself, there were a mix of some of the brands that Debenhams are stocking. So for instance, there was a Calvin Klein little stand, and it was Calvin Klein Cosmetics. So if you didn't know, Calvin Klein have just done their spring-summer collection, and some of the items itself, such as the nail varnish, once you're painted on the nail varnish and it dries, they actually release a summer fragrance. So Calvin Klein are known for doing their limited edition summer fragrances, so that's really fantastic. And it's really nice to get to see the cosmetic brand itself and try some of the products as well. Seeming I'm so light skinned, I do find it quite hard to find foundations or concealers without having to mix and match. So being a makeup artist, it is a lot easier, but sometimes you do want quick use. And I actually found one of the concealers pretty damn near to my skin tone. And recently I've been having a little bit of soreness around the eye area, and Balance Me were also there in that day, and you could get to try the little machine, and it tested your skin, and it could tell you what products they have that would work for you. So put my little head in, and I'm lucky enough, seeming my age, I don't have any sun damage whatsoever, so I'm really proud of that fact. Yes, I'm pale, but it has its advantages. And obviously there are so many tans that you can fake, and that's something I'll be talking about shortly. So according to the lovely lady from Balance Me, I was in fact dry around the eye area. So if I look like I have a slight sheen around my eyes at the moment, I actually have a treatment on that I was lucky enough to be gifted from Balance Me. And it's a little tester just to try out the product and see how I get on. And it's their balm, so it's their Miracle Balm, and I found it's probably been roughly about 3 days since I've been to the event itself. I've been popping it on religiously, and hopefully it hydrates. And I'll go and check at some point to see how my skin was, because in the machine it sort of gives you the UV effects and everything. You can see where your damage is, and I was sort of a really dark purple around the eye area, so that's obviously the dehydration. As you get older, you're more aware of dehydration in your skin, but for a long time I've always been really put off eye creams because they were breaking me out. So in fact, sort of trying to break away from that aspect, I now know I need to hydrate the eye, so it's finding something that suits for you. So some of the gorgeous gifts that were in the bag were this limited edition, and this is the strawberry and cream Baileys and Hardy's hand wash. It's a nice size that really smells really summery and really fruity. Oops, try and keep this still. There was an Instant Beauty there. Also received an exfoliating True Tone exfoliating cleanser. I'm going to be trying that this evening, and I'm going to have a lovely bath. Also, as I was mentioning about tan, now I've been lucky enough to see this brand before at a Bloggers Love event, and they're a really fab company, and I really like some of the products. They'd actually done 2 skin illuminators, and one was in a rose gold and one was in a gold. And the lady was telling me that the rose gold is actually really good for light skin tones. It just sort of gives illumination to the skin without sort of adding colour, so it just makes you look a lot more healthy. And I think, as pale people know, sometimes it can be quite hard to get the skin to, it can look lackluster. So getting that sheen without sort of adding too much on top of, if you're not really in the mood to wear makeup. So the brand is Vita Libretta, pronounce that correctly. So this is the 2 to 3 weeks tan, and it came with a mist as well. And I have, I was gifted a larger one of these at the Bloggers Love event. So this is a really fantastic tan if you want to sort of spread it over a period, and it's a nice build up so it doesn't get too heavy. So that's good for the body. If you're popping on holiday, or if you want to just warm colour itself. I was also lucky enough to get the Murad Instant C Radiant Peel, so I'm going to also be trying that alongside the cleanser this evening. And there's some other little bits and pieces in here as well, which was really lovely, and again, so things like the Balance Me. So what was really great is you got to speak to some of the brands and the people that are working alongside it within the store itself, or from some of the main brands. Now, there are so many to choose from, but what's lovely is when you are invited to events like this, you really get a chance to speak to people and try and test and write about them. So I must say, like, I think Debenhams is fantastic. They really do have so many aspects to all their departments, and obviously Oxford Circus is the largest store, and it's, I think, their flagship store. But most people have a Debenhams near them, and what's really great is you can go in and really talk to them. So they do things like free bra fittings, to complimentary makeups on the counters, and things like that. So it's a really great way of trying products and looking at who's going on. And also in terms of the fashion as well, it's, I think, quite well known now that designers for Debenhams is a fantastic thing. And there are some incredibly well-known British designers that work alongside them, so people like Henry Holland or Jasper Conran, and there are all sorts of new people coming up and forward as well, so it's really fantastic. So I'll be doing a little article about the day itself, so adding some pictures and what was going on at the press day itself from Mead Magazine, so do check that out. Have a lovely Saturday evening, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.